the opening jump against Michael Glover as Iona goes for their 7th consecutive win. Glad you can join us this afternoon. And the opening tip controlled by Iona, and the Gales start off the ball game from left to right, and an immediate whistle. And I think the clock didn't start, or
1 second it gave us, that's all.
That's all. So
I've got to do a little more than that. We'll be here all day and all night.
So Jay Judge helping out this afternoon, one of the Iona crew, along with Ron Moore on the far side, and I guess they have straightened that out. Now we're 3 seconds into the game, and Ed, it's been a splendid 3 seconds, too.
It has been. It's a very fast-paced game. You know, one thing I really like is
what do you like so far?
The lighting. I love the new lighting, Gary. It's great. I can see everything now. It's terrific.
All right, Iona ball. Now we start up. 28 on the shot clock. It's going to be Jenkins, gives to Smythe. Further right now to Scott Machado. Quick step, opening in the lane, penetrates the fade off the rim, but a beautiful tip in by Alejo Rodriguez. Now let's see if they're going to allow the basket to count. They're going to call a foul. And no basket. The foul called against Iona. Alejo crashing the boards on the miss by Machado. And Rodriguez gets called for the foul just like that, and no basket. So in the backcourt now, Dockery across the midcourt line to Mike Scott with speed. Scott right side of the key, chased by Jenkins, feeds to Dockery in the middle, now to Silent. Silent from the left lane, partially deflected by Rodriguez, loose on the floor. They battle for it, still no control, and finally Machado with help from Glover gets the ball for Iona. Up we go to Jenkins, into the forecourt, back to Machado, quickly right side to Smythe, cuts through the lane, then back out Machado. Left of the lane, they eventually roll down to Rodriguez. The righty hook is good. That one will count by Rodriguez, and Iona leads 2-0.
And a beauty from the left low post, spinning back to his right. Rodriguez looks very comfortable playing inside these days.
Here's Silent along the sideline, and a reach-in foul by Machado, trying to go for the steal. So that's 2 very early fouls against Iona. One against Rodriguez, the other one against Machado.
Gales try to pick up the press with the pace of the game by pressing full court.
Silent along the left, 2-3 zone, Iona. Outside to Dockery, now to Scott. Scott in front of the Iona bench, watched by Jenkins in the zone. Scott gets a screen from Gibbs, goes left side Dockery, bounces underneath. Spearland twisting, turning on Rodriguez, able to get it to Silent. A 3 on the way, no good. Rebound to the corner, Silent tries to save, but all he does is feed in bounds, and Iona picks it up. Here's Machado to the forecourt, gives to Smythe, off the run, 3, no good. Rebound got over the head of Rodriguez, and we run the other way. Here's Dockery. Smythe is back. Dockery eluding Smythe, but missed the shot. Rebound deflected up in the air. Jenkins down that right side. Here's Machado. Will slow down for Iona. Now the first touch for Glover. Glover goes outside to Jenkins for Iona. And now the Gales set up in the half court, picked by Rodriguez. Jenkins at the free throw line. Right side to Smythe, driving to the lane, then to the corner. Jenkins 3 ball, too strong. Battle for the rebound. No firm control. Rodriguez and Spearland tie up. Alternate arrow gives it to FDU.
Nice job by Glover to jump in there and tie it up too. So far FDU good in transition defense. Obviously they've concentrated on that too. Get back and don't give the Gales easy shots, because the Gales are pushing off mixed maze and misses on the other end.
Just over 2 minutes gone by. Iona 2-0 lead. Dockery double teamed, able to find Scott. Scott bounces in the lane to Gibbs. Put it up, no good. Rebound by Michael Glover. Nice power rebound by Glover.
Nice intimidation by Glover too on the defensive end.
Here's Machado left of the lane. Down low to Rodriguez. Backing in on Sverdlik. Right lane, right baby hook. Blocked by Sverdlik and taken off by Silent for FDU. Here's Dockery into the forecourt. Thought about a 3. Feeds to Scott. Rolls under Sverdlik, backing in on Rodriguez, and the ball stripped away by a combination of Jenkins and Glover. Now Jenkins leads Machado, who makes it 4-0 in the driving layup.
Just too much speed. Jenkins set that up with defense in the pass to Machado.
So the Gales lead by 4. Scott off the run of 3, no good. Long rebound bouncing right in the hands of Machado. Gales quickly up court. Machado spins. Smythe, his second 3 attempt, that's good. It is 7-0 Iona, and Greg Vitrone, right off the FDU bench, takes a timeout. And they're going to call that last basket not a 3, my correction, a long 2. So it is 6-0 in favor of the Gales. Apparently Smythe standing on the line.
But what you have to do if you're FDU is when the Gales run that fast break, you're getting back in transition, but you've got to locate people. You can't look for the man you're guarding. You've got to pick up the first man that comes in your area. That time the defense did not do that. Let Smythe wide open on the right side. So the test for FDU, it might be a little easier to play a 2-3 zone, which they have played effectively this year, is to go for zone instead of man, because right now, Gales dominating the defensive glass, limiting FDU to one shot, getting out of the run. What I like about what Iona's doing so far, Gary, is spacing the floor well on the break.
And also, if you have Camille Sverdlik tied up with Leo Rodriguez, we haven't seen this yet, but Glover's going to go wild with the other players.
Yeah, and the other thing about Sverdlik, they're double-teaming him down low, bringing Machado and Jenkins sit down to double and steal the ball.
Play back in, just over 3 minutes gone by. 6-0 Gales. Dockery back of Iona's 2-3 zone. Dockery between the circles will look for Scott. Now Scott along the right. He's the top scorer on this team. At the free throw line, feeds to Dockery, now to Sverdlik. Twisting, turning, the righty hook fell in over the double team by Camille Sverdlik. So FDU finally on the board.
Got good position down about 8 feet, Sverdlik did.
Now Rodriguez right side to Kyle Smythe. 6-2 Gales, 3.5 gone by. Jenkins looking back at the Iona bench. Michael Glover has not had the ball yet in the Iona offense. He did get a rebound. As we say that, Glover coming out for the ball, bounces to Machado. Machado turning in front of the FDU bench, picked by Glover. Machado at the free throw line out. Jenkins straight on three, no good, off the mark, rebound to the corner and out of bounds at the FDU bench as Aleo jumped over the bench but couldn't get the ball back, so it goes to the Knights.
Boy, that was beautiful. Rodriguez cleared that so systematically, so beautifully. Both feet, a good foot over the chairs over there. What a job by Rodriguez athletically.
But without the ball.
Yeah, but that's still
and out of bounds. Here's Dockery on the right, feeds in the middle. Scott 2-3 again for Iona. Silent, the kid from Denmark, goes up top. Dockery right side of the lane. Dockery gives to Gibbs. Gibbs with the ball fake, starts to drive on Rodriguez. Power move off the rim, no good. And Glover pulls down his second Iona rebound. Here's Glover into the forecourt to Machado. Hands to Smythe. Now to Michael Glover. It's a long two. Front rim, no good. Rebound, Machado gets it back for Iona. Bounce pass to Glover, and he jams it in.
That's the advantage of Glover playing on the perimeter. When he goes to the basket, you give him the ball. Nobody's going to stop him. Slam, jam, Glover on a nice feed from Machado.
So Glover's real first touch, and the ball was out of bounds, and they're going to take the immediate timeout here. So we will too. 15:25 to go. Good start for Iona. Gales leading FDU 8-2. Back in a moment on icgales.com.
Holiday Inn Select in downtown Stamford is the official hotel sponsor of the Iona Gales. Whether just visiting Iona or coming to cheer on the maroon and gold, the Holiday Inn features recently renovated guest rooms and suites that reflect a crisp, contemporary design of an urban downtown getaway. Each room features high-speed internet and wireless connectivity, in addition to access to a health and fitness center, indoor pool, business center, and 700 bar and grill, a casual dining atmosphere with a pub-style cuisine. The Holiday Inn Select downtown Stamford is conveniently located at 700 East Main Street in downtown Stamford, just off exit 8 of I-95. Holiday Inn Select downtown Stamford is also accessible by Metro North's New Haven line. For more information or make a reservation, call 203-358-8400.
Having a party? Well, smart shoppers know the name Shannon Beverages of New Rochelle. Shannon proudly carries the largest selection of domestic imported and craft brewed beer in Westchester. All your favorite brands of soda and ice, too. Stock up now. Our discount prices can't be beat. Party balls. And for your convenience, quarter kegs and half kegs are always available. Remember, for discount beer and soda, all the top brands, domestic and imported, Shannon Beverages, just a quarter mile south of Iona at 437 North Avenue in New Rochelle. Call 632-1115. That's 632-1115. Shannon Beverages.
So back here in New Rochelle, along with Gary Stanley, I'm at Ingalls. The Gales off to a good start, leading FDU 8-2. And Fairleigh Dickinson, of course, missing their point guard today. Terrence Greer out with an ankle injury, averaging about 11 points a game. His senior is their best defensive player, also good ball handler. And so far, you can see that hurting them on the offensive end, missing Greer.
Neither team made a change after the timeout. It is Mike Scott for FDU, and Iona stays in that zone. Silent along the left, Dockery up top. Dockery with the ball, Silent one more time. Dockery in the middle, pick set by Gibbs. All this while the clock is down to 13. Now finally Scott, way away from the basket. as we're down to single numbers on the shot clock. Pick waiting by Gibbs, 6 on the clock. Here's Dockery, left angle 3 on the way, good.
Nice shot by Dockery, a left-hander with that quick release, and that's what FDU has to do, hit some outside shots against that zone of the Gales.
Cutting Iona's lead down to 3 now at 8-5. Machado along the right, picked by Glover. Machado right side of the key, looping past to Smythe. Smythe at the top of the arc, backs up, line drive, 19-footer, good. Kyle Smythe 2 for 2 from the field, and Iona leads 10-5.
Tough shot for Smythe to hit. He was contested on the play.
Now Silent along the midcourt line, swiped that by Machado, advances to the lane, the righty hook up, no good, rebound tipped outside, battle for it, and Smythe comes down for Iona. Here's Machado, alley-oop to Glover, oh boy, there we go. Second one for Glover, and Iona leads 12-5.
And what made it so good, Machado with a no-look pass to the cutting Glover from the left side for the alley-oop and slam.
Now a double team results in a turnover against FDU, a double dribble by Michael Scott as he was ambushed at midcourt by Machado and Jenkins.
Boy, the Gales are really putting the pressure on FDU. They put the heat on, and they're not pulling it off at all. They'll trap you from anywhere on the court, and right now they're stopping any dribble penetration by FDU. A nice need to get some drive in the seams of that 2-3 zone.
12-5 Iona. Machado goes to Aleo Rodriguez, holding the ball over his head. Now to Glover, quickly behind the arc to Jenkins. Now Smythe gets into it, dribbles to the right, tries another one from the wing, side rim, no. And it's run down in the corner by Sverdlik, and he sends Mike Scott away. Scott running into Iona's zone, goes left side. We have our first change for FDU. It's Tyler Reynolds in the game. Reynolds to Gibbs, and now eventually to Scott, all on the perimeter. Scott will drive down low, tried to feed to Sverdlik, knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say last touched on the way out by Michael Glover. So it's still FDU ball with 17 on the shot clock.
Gale so far, good job in shutting down Scott, not letting him get him his shots, not letting him dictate the pace or anything in this game. They're making him a non-participant right now.
FDU with the ball, Sverdlik in front of the bench, all sorts of problems there. Now finally Scott comes away, driving in the lane, the running bank no good, and the rebound pulled down by Michael Glover. Glover dribbles himself up court for Iona, directing traffic, now needs help and hands to Smythe, and finally Machado's got the ball. 7 minutes in, Iona leading 12-5, and Machado just inside the midcourt line for the Gales, right side to Jenkins. Glover up top now, back of the arc. Glover tries to bank it off the backboards, looking for Rodriguez, but it was taken off by Gibbs. That was a set play, but it didn't work. I think they called out a shot head, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it looked like more of a pass, though, but almost went in, too.
Here's Scott backing away from Smythe for Iona. Gales lead by 7. Scott along the right. Pick waiting by Gibbs, but Scott doesn't do much with it. Now Gibbs to Reynolds, right side of the key. Reynolds falls down. Machado on top of him. He's able to roll it to Gibbs. Now the shot clock is down to 8-7 as Scott inside the midcourt line. Pick, 3 to go. Scott driving in the teeth of the defense, had it knocked out of bounds and lost the handle of it, and it didn't matter anyway. It turned out to be a 35-second violation. Never got the shot away.
The element of surprise. Gales got out of the zone, went to the man-to-man defense, and FDU did not have to attack that man-to-man with east and west instead of north and south, and finally violated the shot clock.
John Galvin has checked in, replacing Nate Gibbs. FDU in a 2-3 zone as Iona brings up. Just about 8 minutes in, down low, Rodriguez, Gibbs to Glover, lay it up, and I should say jam it up and in. A give and go by Aleo Rodriguez to Michael Glover, another set play and Glover's third field goal.
You pay the price playing man-to-man against Glover and the Gales. It allows him to run free from the perimeter and drive to the basket.
14-5 now. Iona's biggest lead is 9. Here's Dockery to Scott, right side of the lane, holds it down low, picked by Galvin. Now Scott eluding Rodriguez, goes to Reynolds, low post Sverdlik, kick out Reynolds, shuffle the feet, pass deflected away by Scott, but he's able to run it down. Again, the shot clock down to 2. Scott, a long 3 as time expires, no good. Hit the front of the rim, and Machado's got the rebound for Iona.
Gales just dominating the glass.
Here's Smythe, right side Jenkins, right corner, 3-ball, good by Jenkins. And another timeout taken by FDU as the Gales have extended to a 17-5 lead. It looks all too easy so far for Iona.
Well, Tim Cluse does an excellent job of running the break. What he does, he really spreads the floor. A lot of times teams run the break and they bunch up and they throw the paint. when you run the fast break, you've really got to spread out to the sidelines, use the entire court. And when you do that, the defense cannot cover everybody. They're late on somebody. We saw Smythe open when the defense didn't get there on time earlier. That time Jenkins in the corner, nobody guarding him, and he knocked down that three. So the Gales able to run on the break. Early on, the Knights were pretty good in transition on defense, but they're beginning to break down now defensively in transition, Gary.
Tim Kloos making his first change in the Iona lineup as Chris Pelcher in, giving Alejo Rodriguez a little bit of a blow. And Iona with a 12-point lead just about 9 minutes into our game as Mike Scott will dribble. He's double-teamed quickly by Machado and Jenkins, and now Smythe with almost a triple team. Good pressure for Iona. Now a shot from the wing is up and good. The open man was Marco Portia, a freshman, and he made good on the jumper.
Nice ball movement against the pressure defense by FDU.
Jenkins almost lost the ball to Scott, but Jermel gives to Machado, drives to the left of the key. He's double-teamed, and a holding foul called against Fairleigh Dickinson, and that'll be the first foul against the Knights here this afternoon. We'll pick that up in a moment. We're down to our second media timeout. The foul called against Mike Scott. 10:46 to go, first half. Iona off to the races, leading FDU 17-7. Back from the Heinz Athletic Center in a moment on ICGales.com.
ICGales.com is the official online home for Iona College Athletics. Keep up with Iona's 22 NCAA Division I athletic teams 24/7. Iona Insider provides live and on-demand streaming audio and video content from game broadcasts, the coaches' shows, and more. Check out the photo gallery to see action shots from the field of competition and other athletic events. You can show your maroon and gold pride with official merchandise from the Gale Shop or a photo from the official photo store. There's so much more that you've got to check out ICGales.com. Go Gale!
The Iona College Gold Club is an association of dedicated friends and alumni who support Gale athletic programs. Annual membership provides the needed academic support services, equipment, and facility upgrades for their student athletes. For more information on the Gold Club, call the Gold Club office at 914-633-2071 or visit on the web at icgales.com. That's www.icgales.com. The Iona College Gold Club, the lifeline for Iona College athletics.
So the Gales dictating tempo and as a result dictating the score. Welcome back here to the Heinz Center along with Gary Stanley. I'm Ed Ingles. It's been all Iona and leading Fairleigh Dickinson 17-7, the early going. And the big thing for Fairleigh Dickinson, they want to go at a slower tempo. Well, they're not getting their tempo. Then their half-court offense, they're trying to take some time off the clock. But again, the Gales pressure defense disrupting what they want to do. And you get offensive rebounds. The other team can run off missed shots. FDU missing a lot of shots. Gales getting a lot of rebounds. Leads to a lot of fast breaks.
Iona ball after the non-shooting foul. First of the afternoon against Mike Scott. And Jenkins still in the backcourt with Scott Machado. We have Pelcher, Glover, and now Sean Amon up front for the Gales. So Sean getting some playing time. Here's Machado. Bounce pass underneath. Pelcher eludes his man and scores. Another setup by Scott Machado.
And boy, he can make passes in tight spaces, can't he?
19-7. Now Seidlin, ball fakes Smith, back to Seidlin. Seidlin will drive, spins on the right lane, then gives it away. The steal by Machado, and Scotty was either fouled or had the ball knocked away from behind. I believe he was fouled by Brian Smith.
And the Gales overplaying those passing lanes, denying the pass, shooting very well in the start. Gales are hitting 53% of their field goals. FDU only 25%. Boards, Gales dominating there too, Gary. 10-6 Karams to 6 rebounds for FDU.
Didn't call a foul against Smith. He just knocked it out of bounds. Iona 19, FDU 7. 10 minutes to go. Machado, Armand. 3 on the way. Is good by Sean Armand, picking up where he left off the other night at LIU.
The zone breaker. Fade FDU went to a 2-3, came out the man-to-man, and Armand said thank you very much. He drains a long 3.
22-7 in favor of Iona. Along the right sideline, Smith back of the arc to Portia for FDU. Portia left side to Michael Scott. Their leading scorer has not done anything so far this afternoon. Now Reynolds on the perimeter. Portia, tough bounce pass. Sverdlik over Pelcher, and Sverdlik able to score his second field goal.
Just a power move to the basket by Sverdlik.
Now Machado, kick out. Armand, another 3, rimmed in and out. Rebound, Pelcher, put it up with the left hand and in.
Pelcher saw some athletic moves he didn't have last year as a freshman. Little head fake, spin left hand, knock it in.
His second straight basket. Now the ball knocked away, stolen by Michael Glover. Fast break, up ahead to Armand. Back to Glover. Glover knocked out of bounds and into the lobby. And let's watch out for Michael Glover. He's
I'm glad
okay.
the door was open. Right? That saved the day. The good thing there was the foul, because Glover was not going to be able to keep that ball in bounds on the pass, and he got bailed out by the foul.
So the ball knocked out of bounds and the foul against Fairleigh Dickinson. It was called against Portia, and Iona will inbound. Gales have not taken a free throw yet. 9 minutes to go, first half, 24-9. Iona looking good, going for their 7th straight win. Jenkins up for the 3rd three-pointer of the afternoon. It is good for Iona.
I think the Gales have hit their last 3 from downtown.
And it's 27-9 in favor of the Gales. Along the right sideline, here's Reynolds to Scott. Iona stays zone. Dockery in the middle. Reynolds straight on 3. Back rim, no. Rebound, Jenkins. All Gales. Jenkins lead pass down that right sideline to Machado. Back to Jenkins. Spins off his man. Goes to Pelcher. And Pelcher jams it in. His 3rd basket.
Jenkins with a no-look pass. Gales have scored 7 straight.
And a 20-point lead, 29-9. You know, FDU just got done playing UConn. They may think they're playing UConn again.
Well, maybe a team better than UConn. How about that?
I don't know.
But
I'm not laughing at you either,
no,
Ed.
I'm telling you, don't laugh at me, no.
Here's Scott way outside, 8 minutes to go. Scott right side of the arc, goes to Reynolds, ball fake. Then the bounce, gives it away. The steal by Armand. Fast break, back pass to Machado. Underneath, tried to force it to Glover, but it was intercepted by Dockery. Dockery quickly up court, eluding Jenkins, put it up, no. But an Iona foul called on the play as Dockery, a little worse for wear, on the floor after getting knocked down. The call will be against Iona. Against Jenkins, another media timeout. It is all Iona, literally blowing FDU out of the building so far. 29-9, 7:47 to go first half. We'll take a break. ICGales.com.
Let's all go to the Beachmont. Come in and see what we're all about. For years, the Beachmont has been all about you. Great dining, great atmosphere, and has been a meeting place where the entire Iona community gathers. The Beachmont Tavern at 750 North Avenue in New Rochelle, right across the street from Iona, has always been the first choice for Gale fans before and after each game. We are open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner and is a fun place to be any hour of the day. Mondays are half-price wing nights at the Beachmont. Enjoy the best buffalo wings in town, along with half off of domestic pitchers. Tuesday is a 2-for-1 night with domestic bottles and appetizers. Wednesday, enjoy our great burgers, half-priced as well, along with $3 domestic bottles. Friday is happy hours, so come in and enjoy some complimentary wings. If you're planning a get-together at the Beachmont, they have a private room available for your party. Or if you're having it at home, let the Beachmont cater it. The Beachmont is more than just a restaurant, it's a meeting place for sports fans. Watch the big game on one of our large TVs. The Beachmont has the NFL's Sunday Ticket. Bring in a ticket stub from any Iona game and receive a free half-dozen Beachmont wings. That's the Beachmont Tavern, 750 North Avenue in New Rochelle. We look forward to seeing you there.
Back here at the Heinz Center, and what a whiplashing the Gales are putting on the Knights of FDU so far. Iona up 29-9. When Tim Cluse took over this basketball team, he said, we're going to be up-tempo. I'm going to show you how to run the fast break, but what you're going to have to give me is being unselfish and share the basketball. And those two things this team is doing right now. They're unselfish, they share the ball, means a lot of open shots for the Gales.
First free throws of the afternoon for either ball club, and they're about to be taken by Deshaun Dockery for FDU. Left-handed shooter and was too strong on that one, no good.
Amazing, an up-tempo game, you go about almost a little more than 11 minutes, and you get your first free throws.
Dockery 1 for 7 on the season from the free throw line.
Doesn't make a living there, as they say.
Probably needs a little work.
Yeah, a little bit.
For
Close your eyes
a
and
guard,
shoot.
that one is good. So he made good on 1 of 2, and Iona now leads by 19, 29-10. Here's Pelcher spinning off his man and drew the foul. Chris Pelcher able to elude Camille Sverdlik, who gets called for the foul. We'll see what Pelcher does now on the line. We've been surprised at how well he's done in the early going. 9 out of 11 from the free throw line.
And he stepped it up offensively. The Gales, by the way, are 13 of 21 from the field. That's 62% if your math isn't good. And Fairfield is only 29% from the field.
or Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, what do I say?
Fairfield.
Oh, that's close.
No. Free throw by Pelcher is good. Speaking of Fairfield, they destroyed Siena last night up in Albany, like 17-point win. And you know that Siena is 0-4 in their building?
Yeah, I know. That's amazing, isn't it?
30-10. Iona 3-0 in our building, looking to make 4. Now Scott double-teamed at midcourt. Scott gives it away. Rashawn Dwight with the steal. Head of the field. Rashawn lays it in.
Well, the Gales took advantage of the fact Scott's pretty short. Go ahead, call the play, and I'll come back.
The ball was tipped out of bounds on the side, and a push called against Sean Omond against Iona. First foul against Sean, and the 4th against the Gales.
Scott is so short that when he gets double-teamed, he really is. They close him down, and he's forced to make bad passes. They're taking advantage of his lack of stature, and really bulk, too.
Here's Dockery and Scott on the perimeter. Dockery left side, drives to the wing, now backs away from Armand. Bounces down low, Sverdlik, and Sverdlik stepped on the end line, and he's out of bounds. Fairleigh Dickinson has shown nothing. Absolutely no offensive flow, no defense. Pelcher out of the game. Pelcher with 7, and Alea Rodriguez back in, and Iona leads by 22, just under 7 to play in the first half.
Hate to say this about a team, but right now FDU looks a little bit intimidated.
Now Machado driving. He gets knocked down in the lane. The steal. Here come the Knights, led by Scott. Scott will drive, and the ball swatted away by Alea Rodriguez. Out of bounds, and they're going to say off Fairleigh Dickinson.
Well, what a play by Rodriguez. He comes away smiling, and what a move by him. The big guy running the floor like an antelope got there and knocked it away. You got a very athletic front line with Rodriguez and Glover.
Machado sits down. Michael Glover also on the bench. And the Gales using a lot of players here. Here's Rashawn Dwight. Crossover dribble, baseline. Alea Rodriguez, uncontested dunk.
Well, the defense of FDU not moving their feet, Gary. They're dazed right now.
34-10 in favor of the Gales. Reynolds now to Scott behind that 2-3 zone. Greg Butrone now sitting down, looking resigned on the FDU bench. Dockery, Galvin back outside. Dockery in the middle. Reynolds now Galvin. The big guy tries a 19-footer, no good. Rebound by Reynolds. Offensive putback, in and out. Battle for the ball. Reynolds gets it back. The righty hook, good.
On the third attempt that time, they score, the Knights.
First basket for Tyler Reynolds, 34-12. Here's Jenkins, gives to Sean Amon. Driving, kick out to White. 3 will be off the mark. Rebound taken away from Scott. Really bad shot by Rara that time. Now Scott feeds to Sverdlik, and Sverdlik foul from behind, preventing the basket by Rashawn Dwight, putting the big guy on the line.
So FDU runs their, I would have to say, first successful fast break of the night. They've got to convert it from the foul line now, but they did get a half step on the Gales that time in transition. First time they've done that this afternoon.
Sverdlik, 4 points, a 65% shooter from the line. The Northeast Conference Player of the Week, and that is short. Now Michael Glover back in for Iona, replacing Sean Amond, and also Terrence Gibbs replacing Galvin for FDU. One more free throw for Sverdlik.
He's 63% free throw shooter.
Second one is on the way and good. He's got 5 points. And Iona leads 34-13. 5:35 to go. So Michael Glover back in the game. Going to have trouble getting a double-double today because I don't think he might play that much. Here's Glover. Right lane, spins off his man. Reverse layup wouldn't go. Rebound by Rodriguez. Jump ball, alternate arrow to Iona. Gales get it back on the alternate possession.
Well, Glover can score in bunches, and right now he's deferring to his teammates. The guards, the perimeter players are playing so well together in terms of breaking down the defense and scoring, but Glover can be sitting in without 4 points, and all of a sudden he's up to 16 in a hurry.
And did so the other night when it really counted. That's what, was most impressive about it. After Iona couldn't hang on to a 15-point lead, fell behind by 1, and then Glover just said, all right, give me the ball, guys, and Iona walked away with what turned out to be a 6-point win.
Yeah, he plays when the lights get brighter, he plays better.
Rashawn Dwight driving in the lane and is held on his way to the basket. That'll be a foul on the floor against FDU, and only the 4th team foul against the Knights.
Another thing the Gales are doing a lot better this year than last year, Gary, is they're not going east and west so much. They're going north and south. They're really trying to attack the seam and defenses of dribble drives.
Smythe in the corner, three-pointer, set up by Michael Glover. Kyle Smythe, that is Iona's fourth three, and the Gales now lead by 24, 37-13, 5 minutes to play. Reynolds now to Gibbs, straight away, 17-footer bottom of the net, as Gibbs was left alone. Nate Gibbs, and it's 37-15. Iona lead pass down court. Rashawn Dwight, right baseline drive. Gibbs to Glover, jams it in.
And even when you come to defend him, he is so strong, he just drives right through you.
And what was the call? The basket by Glover, and now the official over on the far side, Jeff Anderson, speaking to the timing folks, I believe. Or did Michael break something on that dunk? They called him for hanging on the rim.
Yep, technical.
So they called Glover for hanging on.
And he may come out now, and Pelcher may come in. Glover also bending over down there. May have hurt his hand on that. I don't know.
First free throw put up and good by Mike Scott, the first point of the afternoon.
Sam DeRosa goes over, checks him out, walks away, so I guess it's all right.
Don't scare me like that. Scott made 2 free throws. He's their best free throw shooter. So it's a personal foul on Michael Glover after the basket for hanging on the rim. He does everything so quickly, I didn't even see him hang on the rim.
Well, lucky the rim is still there. He didn't take it to the bench with him.
39-16, 4.5 to play. Dockery along the left sideline for the Gales, and then a holding foul called against Chris Pelcher. That'll be team foul number 7 against Iona. We'll get a 1-and-1 here.
You know, just looking at things for FDU, the most points they've scored in a row in this game is 3. That's it.
So that was like a 3-point shot. There's 3 in a row.
No, what they did is they got a basket and a free throw.
Okay.
All right. But because you had 16 points, you haven't put together many streaks, that's for sure.
Sverdlik on the line for a 1-and-1, and that one way short. Rebound, however, Reynolds puts it up and scores. On the follow-up, Tyler Reynolds, his second basket.
So with Glover out of there, the Gales are not quite as forceful on the defensive glass as they are with Glover in there.
21-point lead, 39-18. Here's Kyle Smythe faking right, going left. Feeds to Dwight, deflected down low to Rodriguez. Rodriguez knocked down and lost the ball. The steal by Sverdlik. And here's Dockery into the forecourt for FDU. Gives to Scott. Another change for Iona. Scott Machado about to check in. As Scott backs away from Dwight. Scott dribbles along the left sideline, still with the ball. Now finally gives it to Sverdlik. Backing in on Rodriguez. Feeds to Gibbs. Overplayed by Dwight. Gibbs hits a jumper just to the left of the free throw line.
A tough shot over Pelcher. He's much taller.
And Iona's lead now cut down to 19. It was as high as 24. 39-20. 3.5 to play. Rashawn Dwight, crossover dribble, beating Scott, driving in the lane and gets fouled. Nice move by Rashawn Dwight. And I believe Dwight will be on the line when we come back. I think it's in the act of shooting. Immediate timeout, 3:32 to go. All Iona, Gales 39 and Fairleigh Dickinson 20. We'll take a break and be back on icgales.com.
Check out JP's Waterside Restaurant at 703 Mitterford Avenue on City Island, serving fresh seafood, sumptuous sizzling steaks, and delicious Italian specialties. JP's is open every day year-round. Come in for lunch at JP's Waterside every day, starting at 11. Don't forget about us for catering all your special occasions either. Walk-ins and reservations are accepted. That's JP's Waterside Restaurant at 703 Mitterford Avenue, right there on City Island. Give us a call at 718-885-3364. That's JP's Waterside Restaurant on City Island.
Attention MAC basketball fans, great seats are now on sale for the 2011 MAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships, March 3rd through the 7th at Arena at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 20 teams, 18 games, 2 champions, and plenty of edge-of-your-seat action. For tickets, call Ticketmaster at 800-745-3000 or go online at macsports.com, Ticketmaster.com, or visit any Ticketmaster location or the Arena Click It or Ticket box office. The 2011 MAC Basketball Championships, every game counts.
So the Gales bolting to a big lead early on, 22-7 over FDU midway through the first half, along with Gary Stanley, Ahmed Ingles. Another thing we're seeing is Deshaun Dwight. In the past, he would defer in terms of scoring, in terms of dribble penetration. good, solid all-around player, but they felt he was too unselfish. And what I'm seeing here tonight, Gary, is also Dwight beginning to attack off the crossover dribble, trying to get in the seams, trying to get to the rim, giving the Gales another offensive weapon.
3:32 to go from that 22-7 start that Ed talked about. It's now 39-21, and Rashawn Dwight will get 2 free throws after the third foul against Mike Scott. Fairleigh Dickinson's best player now has got to sit the remainder of the half, and he's got 3 personals. Dwight on the line. First one is up short.
He's struggling for the free throw line this year. He's about 55% now from the so-called charity stripe, is Sean.
Rashawn's second one with the left hand, back rim, no good. Rebound by Machado, however, gives it back to Dwight, so the Gales get it back anyway. Here's Cop Machado driving in the lane, try to bounce pass for Rodriguez, knocked away. Loose ball, Sverdlik, still no control, and finally here comes Dockery for FDU. Dockery driving on Jenkins all the way through, gives to Gibbs. Gibbs, a little righty hook, blocked by Rodriguez. Loose ball, here's Scott. Machado, lead, Jenkins catches, but doesn't able to put it up for the layup and circles around waiting for teammates to catch up.
That's because it was a bounce pass, which was hard to handle, instead of a chest pass, which I think Jenkins would have been able to finish off the play.
Under 3 minutes to go. Iona leads by 18. Smythe to Rodriguez. Now in the hands of Scott Machado. Machado with 15 on the clock. Right side Dwight. Up top now to Jenkins. Picked by Rodriguez. Jenkins foul line jumper. Off the rim. Fell off. Battle for the rebound. FDU able to finally corral it. And here's Dockery. Dockery with speed across the midcourt line. Fires a pass to Silent. Right baseline drive. Fade away. Little jumper is good from the kid from Denmark, Matthias Silent.
So now that's a run by FDU of 7.5 points.
And Iona's lead down to 16. 2:20 to go. Here's Jenkins, crossover dribble. Here's Smythe launching a 3. Good for Iona. Their 5th. And the 2nd for Kyle. And the Gales certainly answer that little mini run with 3 points of their own.
Off a beautiful cross-court pass to Machado. Draw the defense on you, kick it to the corner, and let Smythe do the rest.
42-23, under 2 minutes left. Dockery working on Machado. We've got Glover on the bench. Now Reynolds, right side of the lane, driving on Smythe. Reynolds penetrates and off the glass and home for his 3rd field goal.
But you can see how things change when Glover's on the bench for the Gales.
Here's Jenkins spinning back with the left hand. No, follow up by Dwight. He puts it home. Rashawn Dwight with the follow up. And it's 44-25. Here's Gibbs, pulls up, 18-footer from the wing, in and out, in the hands of Alejo Rodriguez. And a travel called against Rashawn Dwight as he tried to speed up court to turn it over.
Interesting how they've got the Knights playing the same pace of the Gales right now. FDU is running up and down the floor. Not something they like to do, but something they need to do to have any chance to get back in this game.
Michael Glover has checked back in for Iona. Glover with 8 points so far. And Glover with 3 rebounds. Trying for another double-double. Down low. Here's Sverland on Rodriguez. Gales came over to help the double team. Now Silent with 18 on the clock. Foul line jumper in traffic. No good. Rebound Sverland. Sverland twisting, turning, and scoring on the follow-up.
Nice timing by Spurlock that time and getting the rebound and finishing. Good move by him.
17-point lead under a minute to go. 44-27. Jamel Jenkins for Iona. Outside to Smythe. Can't find Glover. Goes back up top now to Machado. 20 on the shot clock. 47 on the game clock. Alejo Rodriguez with a pick waiting. Machado instead just hands to Jenkins. Now to Smythe. Turns straight on 3. Good by Smythe.
He is so good on that curl this year. Coming off a down screen, comes up to the top, curls, and lets it fly.
So the Gales have regained a 20-point lead. Smythe, 13 points, and FDU will wait for one final shot. It's 47-27. 2-3 zone Iona down to 18 seconds. Dockery cuts in the middle. Dockery still wasting time. 10 on the clock now. Runner in the lane, off the rim, no good. Rebound by Spurleg. Reverse layup over Glover. No, Glover's got the rebound, and Glover fouled with only 4 seconds to go. No free throws because it's only team foul number 6 against Fairleigh Dickinson.
Well, the 6'8", Kamil Spurlock, 6'8", 235, a senior out of Czechoslovakia, doing a better job of getting position on the offensive glass here the last 5 minutes. He's become more of a factor, a little more. He's not a big physical player, but he's asserting himself more on the inside.
Iona will take a quick timeout. May as well. You can't carry the timeouts over to the second half. And Iona will design a play, and this is a way to check it out in game conditions. Tim Close saying, all right, we're down by 1, 4.9 to go in the game. What kind of a play do we run instead of being up by 20?
Right. Well, you got to run something pretty quick. Now, you have a lot of options, unlike last year where you didn't have a go-to player. This year, really all 5 starters out there can make shots. Of course, you're looking for Glover down low, but you got Smythe on the outside, who would be my first option if you can't get inside. And the issue here is, of course, bringing the ball up the court in a hurry. You got to get out of the back court up to the forecourt in a hurry.
Let's see what the play is. Pelcher will inbound for Iona. He fires nearly to midcourt to Machado. 3 seconds to go. Corner Smythe, 3 is no good, but he got fouled on the play. With 1.5 seconds to go, they got Smythe the ball in good position, and he was fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer.
Again, you spread the floor, spread the defense, make the defense move their feet. If they come late, and that's what FDU has done in this game, their defenders have come late on those perimeter shots.
So Iona could get to 50 in the half if Smythe makes all 3 free throws. First one is good by Kyle, 14 points in all for Smythe. 48-27, 1.5 to go. Second free throw by Smythe is short, so Iona will not get to 50.
Smythe came in as a 64% free throw shooter today, so that's an area that this sharpshooter would like to improve. If you can shoot threes up close to 50%, you should be able to knock down 75% of your free throws.
Well, Kyle made 2 of 3, and it's 49-27. FDU inbounds, and they just fired down court. Scott Machado, Michael Glover, and Jamel Jenkins. FDU from left to right. Second half is underway. It is Michael Scott with the ball. Right side of the key, watched by Jenkins. Up top now to Reynolds. A ball fake, then the drive. The runner over Smythe off the rim, no good. 5th rebound for Michael Glover. Glover sending Machado away. Down that right side for Iona. Now to Jenkins on the left, and it's a man-to-man for FDU. Jenkins backs away from Scott. Pick waiting for Maleo Rodriguez. Now he hands to Machado. Machado to a cutting Smythe. Almost lost the handle. Kyle able to recover. Now bounced the ball off his foot. And then somewhere along the way, behind the ball, a foul against FDU.
I like the way Smythe is also moving. He's moving more quickly and more decisively this year on those baseline screens where he comes down off the curl or the down screen, comes back out to the top and gets the ball. That time he almost turned it over, bailed out for the foul.
Foul called against Tyler Reynolds, so just Iona getting a new shot clock out of it. Just the start of the second half, Iona with a 22-point lead. Here's Glover up top, and we had a foul underneath against Aleo Rodriguez. And that'll be the second call. Aleo with a little errant elbow. Second foul against Alejo.
Now let's see if FDU can get the ball inside. They got to go to Spurtlick here in the second half as much as they can down low. But the Gales are double-teaming him, triple-teaming him, pushing him around, the big guy in the middle for FDU.
Dockery along the right gets a pick from Gibbs. Dockery head of the arc. Watched by Smythe, now in the hands of Scott. Scott back to Dockery, drives to the left of the key, backs up, fades, no good. Rebound by Jenkins for Iona. Jenkins looking down court, keeps it himself across the midcourt line. Try to pass, deflected away, but Smythe able to recover. Smythe gets it back to Jenkins and quickly right to Machado. Machado loop underneath. Aleo Rodriguez kick out to Jenkins. Looking for Glover underneath, instead to Machado. 16 on the clock. Machado straightaway 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound taken off by Gibbs. Machado with only 2 points, but had 6 assists in that first half. Now the drive all the way through, and a foul against Iona. Good penetration that time made by Marco Portia, and we'll get free throws out of this. Leo Rodriguez picks up his second straight foul, so that's 3 on Aleo in the game.
Interesting matchup here in the second half. FDU is playing Nate Gibbs, 6'6", 230 out of Dallas on Glover, and he's bumping Glover down on the Gales' offensive end.
Aleo Rodriguez will be replaced by Chris Pelcher. Free throw good by Portia. So the first points of the second half belong to FDU. So Pelcher, who had 7 points in that half, getting more and more playing time, and Aleo on the bench, leaving with 4. And Rodriguez in the game, just a couple of rebounds. Second free throw, Portia is good.
But now that Pelcher's being more effective on both ends of the court, it's not such a big loss to have Rodriguez on the bench.
49-29, Machado across the midcourt line for Iona. Pelcher at the high post. Smythe give and go to Machado, now to Pelcher, the righty hook, no. Rebound underneath, Pelcher gets it back. Smythe, open three, missed that one, another offensive rebound, Machado. Jenkins, another three, in and out, and finally Gibbs gets the rebound. So a couple of misses for Iona here. Now Scott Gibbs back, Dockery walked with the ball. You can see that one. That's the 10th turnover against FDU.
Again, making FDU speed up, playing at an uncomfortable pace, and you could see it then, just unforced error by the Knights.
2 minutes into the second half, we've just had a couple of free throws for Fairleigh Dickinson. And Iona with the ball. In the backcourt, Machado will bring up.
Little token pressure in the backcourt by the Knights.
Machado into the forecourt for Iona. Gale spread out the offense. Machado just inside the midcourt line. Bounces high to Glover. Hands to Jenkins. Penetrates. Now try to feed back to Glover. Intercepted by Gibbs. Gibbs driving. Machado is back. Gibbs eludes Machado and scores.
So the Gales trying to force things a little bit here in the second half, Gary. Not as easy, not as smooth.
Here's Machado spinning, beating his man in the lane, but then gets called for the double dribble. So Scott Machado turns it off for Iona. And a very uneven start. Not that it matters on the scoreboard. The lead still at 18.
But the Gales are trying to attack a compressed defense by FDU. They're trying to pack it in the paint and take away the dribble drive.
Dockery into the corner. Michael Scott passes up a three. Now straight on three by Dockery. Good. And that is a 7-0 run to start the second half, and a timeout taken by Iona as the Gales' lead has been cut down to 15 points. Maybe you shouldn't warm up the bus.
No, well, again, you're seeing the Gales looking human here to start the second half. They just completely dominated the first half. And sometimes players get a little comfortable. Maybe the Gales at this point, you think it's going to be easy to start the second half because it looked easy in the first half. So Tim Cluse over there reminding them, hey, you got to do what worked well in the first half. You got to get out on the run, spread the floor. Don't try to force the dribble. Take your time. Be a little more patient. And if they're packing it in, you're going to have to hit some outside shots. Smythe's going to have to drain a couple. Jenkins going to have to hit something out there. So FDU playing a little differently here in the second half, and they're also getting a pace they're comfortable with. They're not helter-skelter as much.
And Iona had some wide-open shots here in the second half, couple of in and outs.
Right.
One by Smythe, one by Jenkins on three-point plays. But they haven't been able to get the ball to Glover. But, you know, it's just 2:38 of this second half.
But that's the way you want to play Iona early on. You want to pack it in, try to contain Glover and Rodriguez on the inside, make the Gales beat you from the outside. That's providing you're able to shut out the fast break and not give them, particularly Smythe, uncontested shots. You got to make sure that when he gets ready to release that shot, you come out after him. So FDU on a better keel here in the second half. First half they came out, they were bewildered by the Gales. Now they look like a more poised and comfortable basketball team, and let's see if they can sustain this. When you're down by 22 points at halftime, sometimes you can climb up the hill, cut the lead down, but getting over the top of the hill is very tough to do.
All right, play about to be back in after Iona's timeout. So a 7-0 run for FDU to start the second half. And now the Knights break up their huddle around Greg Vitrone. And Iona will inbound. Pelcher will do it, and he bounces into Scott Machado.
Again, pressure defense in the backcourt, token by FDU.
Machado will bring up straight down the middle of the court on the new logo, on the new floor here at the Heinz Athletic Center. Left side Jenkins, top of the key to Pelcher. Now to Machado, down under, Glover, double team, spins off his man, fouled on the play, fouled on the floor. And Iona will inbound. That'll be the second team foul against FDU in this half.
Well, the double team coming late. By the time it got there, Glover was already making his move to the inside. You know, he's had 84 free throws this year. That's a non-shooting situation, but he gets a lot of free throws in a game usually.
Here's Jenkins to Smythe. Left side Machado driving in the lane. Baseline Pelcher, easy lay-in. That's the 7th assist for Scott Machado. And Pelcher now with 9. Iona finally gets above the 50 mark, 51-34, 3.5 minutes in.
Took over 3 minutes and 10 seconds to do it.
Here's Portia and Dockery on the perimeter. Dockery watched by Smythe. Further right now to Scott. Scott, a long three, good, over Jenkins.
No, Jenkins did not contest the shot. Back-to-back trays by FDU.
Lead down to 14. Now Smythe down that right baseline, soars towards the bucket and gets fouled on the play. And Kyle will get to a chance to add to his game-leading total of 14 points. Couple of free throws for Smythe.
What makes the Gales so potent, and one of the things is the fact they can run the fast break after made baskets and free throws. That's hard to do, but the Gales did it after made three. They got down the other end. Smythe got fouled.
And Smythe missed the first one. 2 of 4 from the line. Now Matthias Seiland in, replacing Mike Scott. They got to be careful with Scott with 3 fouls, but FDU's got to do it now or never, down by 14. One more free throw for Smythe on the way. Good. So 1 of 2. Kyle now with 15 points. And Iona back on the board, leading by 15. Pressure in the backcourt by the Gales, broken by Dockery. Across the timeline, lost it. Jenkins with the steal, but Seiland able to take back for FDU. Now open man Dockery will drive on Smythe. One bounce pass kicked out of bounds by Glover. So it is off Iona.
Get a little out of the control that time. FDU, when the pressure defense goes on, they sometimes have trouble handling the ball. Dockery lost the handle.
FDU will inbound. Looking. Seiland finds Dockery. Pick waiting by Gibbs. Dockery, though, in front of the bench. Now bounce down low. Sverdlik spins off Pelcher, and then Pelcher gets called for the foul, going for the block, and that will be Pelcher's second foul. And we'll put Mr. Sverdlik on the free throw line when we come back. Iona led at the half by 22. Right now it's a 15-point Iona advantage. 15:59 to go. Gales 52 and the Knights 37. Back in a moment. ICGales.com.
Check out JP's Waterside Restaurant at 703 Mitterford Avenue on City Island, serving fresh seafood, sumptuous sizzling steaks, and delicious Italian specialties. JP's is open every day year-round. Come in for lunch at JP's Waterside every day, starting at 11. Don't forget about us for catering all your special occasions either. Walk-ins and reservations are accepted. That's JP's Waterside Restaurant at 703 Mitterford Avenue, right there on City Island. Give us a call at 718-885-3364. That's JP's Waterside Restaurant on City Island.
Yellow Book Yellow Pages is packed with buying information, complete Yellow Pages, business white pages, community information, area maps, money-saving coupons, even a restaurant menu section. And the easy-to-read print helps you find whatever you're looking for. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yellow Pages reaches your potential customers at the exact moment they are ready to buy. For more information about promoting your business in Yellow Book, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome back to New Rochelle. Along with Gareth Stanley, I'm Ed Ingalls. The Gales have never trailed in this game. They built up an early 15-point lead midway through the first half. On that last play, nice move by Mateos Seiland, thank you. What he did, he got it down the low left post, Gary, and they overplayed him. Pelcher played him to come back to his left side. Instead, he rolled to his right, went in there and scored.
And Camille Sverdlik on the free throw line for a pair. Second foul on Pelcher. Pelcher remains in the game. Iona with Smythe, Jenkins, Machado, Glover, and Pelcher.
Sverdlik, a 66% free throw shooter.
First of 2 free throw on the way and good. His 8th point of the afternoon.
Well, he has improved. Last year he averaged about 5 points a game when he played at the perimeter. This year in the low post he's averaging almost 15 points a game.
Second one by Sverdlik is right there, so he made them both. So FDU trying to get back in the game. It's now a 13-point Iona lead, and it was 22 at the half. Still 15:51 to go. Machado along the right sideline for Iona. Gives to Smythe. Left side, Pelcher way away from the basket. Return to Smythe. Pelcher one more time. Good ball movement. Jenkins at the free throw line. Machado. Left angle 3. Good by Scott Machado, right on the money.
A terrific shot by Machado. He was moving to his left, off balance, and nailed it because he had really good strength on that three-point shot.
Scotty with 5, the 7th three-pointer for Iona. 55-39. Seiland will drive on Machado all the way through. The bank fell home with the right hand. A little hook by Seiland, his second field goal. Here's Iona. Quickly Machado passing up at 3. Will drive, gives to Pelcher. Left side Smythe. In the lane, bounce past Machado. Back in the paint with the right hand. Off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, loose, and finally picked up by Dockery for FDU.
Gales a little unselfish that time. Both Machado and Pelcher had good shots, passed them up.
14-point lead. Nate Gibbs, ball fake on Glover. Gibbs will drive on Glover. Glover got a hand on the ball, And they did call a foul. It's going to be Glover's foul, second foul against Michael. And that is the fourth team foul against the Gales in the second half, and they're going to put Gibbs on the line for 2.
So much more assertive here in the second half, FDU, trying to drive the ball in the seams of the zone defense of the Gales and man, whatever defense they're in, they're trying to get to the paint.
Free throw by Gibbs, good. Gibbs now with 7, the junior averaging 5 a night.
And they're working their way back in the game. FDU down now only by 13 after being down by 22 at the half.
One more for Nate Gibbs with the right hand, and the shot no good. Rebound Pelcher for Iona. Made 1 of 2. So the Gales got to get the offense going again. Machado just inside the midcourt line. Double high post Glover and Pelcher. Now Glover goes down under. Machado drives to the left of the key. Here's Glover. Glover through the lane and shot no good. Rebound by Glover. Had it but lost it. Glover gets knocked down. Taken off by Dockery with speed. Dockery driving into Smythe. A charge against Dockery.
Gales really good in transition defense that time. And Dockery tried to run over Smythe, and Jenkins was there. Machado was there. Not a good decision by Dockery.
So it's a 13-point Iona lead, and the Gales just really haven't done many good things in this second half.
When you don't make baskets, you don't look very good, and that's been the issue. They've not been able to spread the floor, get the easy baskets that they were getting the first half out of the transition game.
And they haven't been able to get the ball into Glover. That time, Michael tried to do it himself through 3 players and ended up turning it over. Machado along the left. Now Glover. Left lane, driving the baseline, put it up, no good. Rebound by Glover, scores and a foul. That time he would not be denied.
Well, the thing with Glover, you want him to get to the rim because if he misses the first shot, he's usually in an excellent position to get his own rebound and finish it off. If you notice, when he misses the first one, he usually makes the second one, and that's what he did there.
So Glover will take his first free throw of the afternoon. On the season, 63%. Glover now with 10 points on the day, averaging 22.3. Free throw, Glover, back rim, no good. And LIU gets it. Iona with a 15-point lead. That last foul was called against Sverdlik, his second. Now the Knights, bad pass along the sideline, but run down by Reynolds. And then Reynolds ended up stepping on the sideline right in front of the FDU bench. That's got to be aggravating as Fairleigh Dickinson trying to make inroads on the Iona lead. And just a careless play cost them the possession there.
Well, they're just rushing things. You know, it's okay when you have a break, you got the numbers, but you can't force things on the side of defense.
Machado to Jenkins, now to Smythe, just inside the midcourt line. Glover way away from the bucket. Gives to Machado, right side Smythe, and he'll drive and be pushed. Foul against Fairleigh Dickinson. Team foul number 6 against the Knights in the second half already, and Iona will inbound again.
So the turnovers beginning to balance out now. The Gales have 10. The Knights have 12. Still the big number for Iona, 18 assists in this game, though their scoring is slowed here in the second half. That's a lot of assists.
Here's Jenkins for Iona, left side to Smythe, and a foul away from the ball against Pelcher for Iona. Third now on Chris. Aleo on the bench with 3 fouls.
Needless foul that time.
And you can hear a pin drop right now in this building. On the left sideline, double team for the Gales, but Reynolds finding Silent. Silent to Gibbs at the top of the free throw line. Foul line jumper, good by Gibbs. Gibbs now with 9, and Iona's lead down at 13. It was 22 at the half. Largest at one point today was 24. Just over 13 to go. Machado all the way through the lane, penetrates, puts it up and in. Machado with his third basket, 7 points in all.
That time he got to the rim, he'd been the distributor. That time he was a depositor. Beautiful drive, a shot on the right side, hanging in the air, using his strength and his body.
59-44, open Reynolds, left angle 3, front rim no good. Rebound Silent, blocked from behind by Glover out of bounds. And it's going to be off Iona.
He's so good, Glover, from in the backside or the weak side to block shots.
Michael Scott back in, replacing Reynolds. Reynolds with 6 points on the bench. 59-44, 15-point Iona lead as Scott will inbound underneath the basket. Looking, finds Sverdlik deep in that right corner, guarded by Smythe. Now to Dockery. Dockery gets a pick from Sverdlik, cuts to his left, now bounces to Sverdlik. Double team right side of the key, open man up top. Here's Silent, three-pointer, good. Bottom of the net over Smythe.
Nice ball movement that time, and Gale's not able to contest that shot. Excellent movement on the perimeter by FDU.
4 3-pointers for Fairleigh Dickinson. Iona's lead down at 12. Tim Clue shaking his head, and then a drive by Machado, and he is fouled on the floor. And that'll result now in a 1-and-1, as it is the 7th foul against Fairleigh Dickinson.
Notice when the Gales have trouble scoring, Machado turns from being a distributor into somebody who's looking to get to the rim and score by himself. And he's done that this half because the offense is bogged down. So Machado, instead of dishing on a drive, taking it to the rim.
Foul was called against Dockery. Machado from the line, 1-and-1, first free throw this afternoon. And it is on the way, and short, rebound by Silent.
Gale's not hitting the free throws, so they're not getting that many.
Now into the forecourt, Scott quickly to Dockery on the left side, 12-point game. 12 minutes to go, drive by Silent in the basket, then gives it away. The steal by Smythe for Iona. Blows by one. It's a 5-man break. Machado finishes. Set up by Smythe.
Yes, his steal and the beautiful ability to run the floor down the middle, hit the open man. Excellent play by Smythe.
61-47, lead back to 14, just under 12 to play. Dockery now looking for Scott. Scott's got the ball. He'll work on Jenkins. Iona in a man-to-man. Scott up top, picked by Sverdlik. Dances to the right side, feeds up to Gibbs. Gibbs had a good game. Gibbs then throws it away over the head of Sverdlik. And that's a turnover, a little miscommunication there between Gibbs and Sverdlik. And we have immediate timeout. 11:43 to go, an uneven second half so far for Iona, but the Gales still up by 14, 61-47. Back in a minute, icgales.com.
Let's all go to the Beachmont. Come in and see what we're all about. For years, the Beachmont has been all about you. Great dining, great atmosphere, and has been a meeting place where the entire Iona community gathers. The Beachmont Tavern at 750 North Avenue in New Rochelle, right across the street from Iona, has always been the first choice for Gale fans before and after each game. We are open 7 days a week for lunch or dinner and is a fun place to be any hour of the day. Mondays are half-price wing nights at the Beachmont. Enjoy the best buffalo wings in town, along with half off of domestic pitchers. Tuesday is a 2-for-1 night with domestic bottles and appetizers. Wednesday, enjoy our great burgers, half-priced as well, along with $3 domestic bottles. Friday is happy hours, so come in and enjoy some complimentary wings. If you're planning a get-together at the Beachmont, they have a private room available for your party. Or if you're having it at home, let the Beachmont cater it. The Beachmont is more than just a restaurant, it's a meeting place for sports fans. Watch the big game on one of our large TVs. The Beachmont has the NFL's Sunday Ticket. Bring in a ticket stub from any Iona game and receive a free half-dozen Beachmont wings. That's the Beachmont Tavern, 750 North Avenue in New Rochelle. We look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome back to the Heinz Center along with Gary Stanley. I'm Ed Ingles. The Gales had as much as a 24-point lead in the first half. That's been cut down to 14 here in the second half. Good job by FDU here in the second half of moving the ball, but also moving without the basketball to get people in position to get some uncontested shots, something they were not doing in the first half. The Gales have not shot the ball well here in the second half. Their shooting has drifted down from over the low 60s to about the mid-50s from the field. Still good shooting, but not as good as it was the first half.
Iona ball, Rashawn Dwight in for the Gales. The rest of the team remain the same. Machado driving all the way through the lane. No good. Follow-up tipped home by Michael Glover.
Went right over a defender. The defender did not go up. Glover went up with perfect timing. Two-hand slam by Glover.
Glover now with 12. And Iona back to a 16-point lead, 63-47. Dockery into the forecourt for FDU. Dockery gives to Michael Scott. Scott dances on the right on Jenkins. Can't find Sverdlik. Now two players battle for the ball, FDU, amongst themselves. And that was sloppy all around underneath. We had I believe, a foul, right, called against Fairleigh Dickinson. So the Gales get it back.
So they're aborting their comeback. They made a bit of a comeback, but now unforced errors by FDU, leaving them shaking their heads and frustrated.
11 minutes to play. Machado to Jenkins. Fake the three and then gets called for traveling. Jermel Jenkins a little too quick on that first step.
Gales looking to drive on the seams of the defense.
So for Iona, that is turnover number 12 of the afternoon. FDU with 15. Iona had only 6 in that first half, and they have had 6 in 9 minutes here. Along the right sideline, Dockery picked by Gibbs. Dockery to the head of the arc. Watched by Rashawn Dwight. Dockery backs away from Ra, goes to Silent along the left. Silent can advance on Smythe. Now fires to Gibbs. 10 on the shot clock in the hands of Scott. Scott straight away, and a hand check foul against Rashawn Dwight. That's going to be Iona's 16th foul.
Nice pick that time by Nate Gibbs up around the circle, freeing up the shooter.
Non-shooting foul. Next time they'll be in the bonus, and FDU will inbound from the side just to our right. And it's Dockery. Dockery to Scott. Gibbs very well tied up underneath by Rashawn Dwight. They keep it to Dockery, now to Silent. 3 on the way. No. Battle for the rebound. A foul. Another one called against Iona.
Well, Gale's playing with a smaller lineup right now. They're playing with 4 wingmen and Glover, so nobody's over 6'7", which means right now FDU with 3 big people in that area, they have a height advantage.
Rashawn Dwight, his 3rd foul, and this will be free throws. This will be a 1-and-1 for Gibbs on the line, with Iona leading by 16, 10-19 to go.
Rodriguez heading to the locker room. Not sure what that, no, go to the back of the bench. He started that direction, made a U-turn. Going to go on the bicycle and work out.
Free throw by Gibbs, good, so he'll get another one. 63-48, Gibbs now with 10. First player for FDU in double figures. Iona led by Smythe with 15, Glover with 12. Second free throw good by Gibbs. 14-point lead, Iona brings up as we're just about to hit the midway point of the second half. And it's not been a good second half for Iona after leading 49-27 at the half. Gale's kind of on cruise control right now. Here's Rashawn Dwight driving through the lane, hands to Glover. Glover put it up, power move, no good. Battle for the rebound, Glover got it, and Glover held on the play. Some of the shots not falling for Michael, but he's getting his own rebound, and he'll be to the line. Probably for a 1-and-1, the 8th foul against FDU.
Wonder how he got that offensive rebound. He had 2 defenders. One of them had his arm wrapped around Glover's neck, and still Glover able to elevate and get the rebound. He is so strong. Other thing he does, he anticipates so well when the ball coming off the rim. But
free throw, no good. Missed the front end of a 1-and-1, so Glover 0 for 2 from the line.
He's got to get better in that area because he gets a lot of free throws. He's got to shoot up around 70, not 60%.
Alea Rodriguez about to check back in. Deep in the corner is Silent for FDU. Goes to Michael Scott. 18 on the clock. Scott in front of the FDU bench. Now driving by Jenkins. Kickoff corner. Silent three-pointer. Too strong. Glover rebound. And Glover sends Machado away. Scotty quickly. Back past Jenkins. 3. No good. High rebound. All FDU. Silent. Hands now to Dockery. Dockery across the midcourt line for the Knights. Backs away at the free throw line. Now to Scott. Head fake on Machado. Driving in the lane. Stripped of the ball. Stolen by Jenkins for Iona.
Scott can't finish the deal. He gets in the lane, loses the ball a couple of times.
Rashawn Dwight drives. Left side. Machado faking a 3. Driving in the lane. Then sets up Dwight for 3. Good from the left corner.
And give Machado yet another assist on the dribble drive. The kick in the left corner. Bango goes the shooter. Dwight.
17-point lead now. 66-49. Under 9 to play. Dockery along the left sideline in front of the FDU bench. Dockery working on Rashawn. Now they angle it right to Silent and quickly under Sverdlik. Sverdlik let go by Glover and scores.
Yeah, he had a mismatch to shorter Jenkins on Sverdlik, and he took advantage of it.
66-51. Aleo still sitting at the scorer's table trying to get back in the game. Machado for Iona. Scott dribbles on the left on the weave. Fake the handoff, takes it himself. Missed it, however. Rebound tipped outside and run down by Nate Gibbs. What a fake. But it didn't work. Now Gibbs running into Kyle Smythe. And Smythe, who is very adroit at setting up charges. He had 3 the other day at LIU. That's his second charge that he forced this afternoon.
And he makes sure, Smythe, when there's body contact, to go down. He sells the deal, which you have to. Machado on the other end made a terrific move. Thought he got fouled on the play. Looked at the official in frustration.
John Galvin in the game for FDU. We're about to hit the 8-minute mark.
Rodriguez back in, by the way, now.
And Iona leading 66-51. Here's Scott Machado driving, penetrates the lane, goes all the way through, and draws yet another foul. Machado, that quick burst through the lane, and you just don't know what he's going to do. Playmaker extraordinaire, and once in a while he they play pass, and Machado just leaves him standing in the lane.
And you know, the backside defense, the interior defense on the baseline is slow to react to it. They're not quick enough to react to Machado's driving. This is not it's a big front line for FDU, but not a very quick one.
Machado for a pair, free throw good by Scott. And that's his 10th point. Came in averaging 13.8 and 8 assists per game.
He's been basically the offense here in the second half of the Gales, Scott Machado.
Iona leads by 16, 67-51. Second on the way by Machado, good. Made them both. So Iona now hitting some free throws, which they had not been doing in this half. Tyler Reynolds back in the game for FDU, across the midcourt line, and a ticky-tack foul against Machado, which will be his second, and Iona's 18th foul. But we have another timeout as we're playing in the mud here in the second half. 7:54 to go. Iona 68, FDU 51. We'll take a minute break and be back. ICGales.com.
Go like Iona goes. All Sports International in Yorktown Heights is more than just a travel agency. It's a full-service provider for all of your travel needs. Whether you are one, two, or a team, All Sports International agents are trained to negotiate the lowest airfares. But they do more than just that. Hotels, cars, vans, whatever you need, whether it's far in advance or at the last minute, All Sports International will get it done. You worry about yourself, they'll take care of the rest. Individual or group, business or pleasure, close or far away. The folks at All Sports International will do it all at the lowest possible cost to you. All Sports International in Yorktown Heights. Call 914-243-4590. All Sports International. They make sure the Gales get to all their road games.
Well, one of the areas that
Attention MAC basketball fans, great seats are now on sale for the 2011 MAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships, March 3rd through the 7th at Arena at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 20 teams, 18 games, 2 champions, and plenty of edge-of-your-seat action. For tickets, call Ticketmaster at 800-745-3000 or go online at macsports.com, Ticketmaster.com, or visit any Ticketmaster location or the Arena Click It or Ticket box office. The 2011 MAC Basketball Championships, every game counts.
Back here in New Rochelle, the home of the Iona Gales, they were just a dominating, scintillating team to watch in the first half, building a 48-27 lead over Fairleigh Dickinson. Often it's hard to put together two halves like that. Here in the second half, Gary mentioned they're stuck in the mud. We don't even have rain out there, and the Gales just have not had the fluidity, the energy, and the drive defensively and getting in easy baskets they had the first half. So FDU able to hang around, but still the Knights down by 17, Gary.
Tyler Richardson will be on the line. And it's a 1-on-1, no good. Rebound tipped up in the air. Rodriguez had it but lost it. And then it's out of bounds off Alejo Rodriguez. So FDU will get the ball back after the missed free throw. 7:50 remaining. Iona with a 17-point lead right now. Richardson will inbound, goes to Sverdlik deep in that corner, guarded by Smythe. Now advances, shoots over Rodriguez, no, but a foul call, probably Alejo's fourth foul. It is. 4 fouls on Alejo Rodriguez, and right back to the line goes Camille Sverdlik, and Pelcher about to check back in.
That play all set up by the fact that Smythe overplayed Sverdlik. He played him to come out to the perimeter. Sverdlik went right down the baseline, beat Smythe. Rodriguez came over to help out and committed the foul.
So 2 free throws, 9th foul against Iona. First one is good by Sverdlik. And Sverdlik with 12, going for his 4th consecutive game with 20 or more. Now Pelcher replacing Alejo, lose with 4 points, but he's been bothered by foul problems all game long.
One area the Gales have not done well today is shooting free throws. They made only a total of 6 of 14 so far.
Sverdlik with the second shot, no good. Rebound by Michael Glover. So Glover's got another double-double, 11 rebounds now for Michael, but 12 points, well below his average, but he's got 7.5 to make some use of that. Rashawn Dwight drives, gives to Pelcher, kick out Smythe. Ball fake from the wing, then under to Chris. Left lane, righty hook, no good. Battle for the rebound loose, finally taken off by Gibbs for FDU. Now quickly, Michael Scott. As we're nearing the 7-minute mark, Iona leads by 16. Scott drives over Glover, scores.
That's the kind of play you expected to see Scott pull off. Really nice job of taking it to the rim, separating with the defender, soft off the rim and in. But He hasn't done that much of it today.
Iona leads by 14. Now exactly 7 minutes to play. 68-54. Dwight hands to Machado. Machado drives on the weave. Smythe, kick out Dwight. 3, no good. Rebound Pelcher. Machado thought about an immediate 3. Instead will drive in the lane. Tries to dump off to Glover. Glover, no, but a foul. Glover gets fouled. He'll be on the line for 2.
There he goes again, Machado. He's got Glover on the right, Pelcher on the left, a crowd in the middle. But again, the strength of Scott Machado. He's able not only to curl in there, but he uses his body to ward off defenders. Got the ball to Glover. Here's where Glover has to improve, Gary. Shooting about 60% from the free throw line. He's going to take an awful lot of free throws this year. He's got to start shooting better from the line, or the Gales may lose a game or two because he is not able to make those free throws.
He made that free throw. So Michael Glover, 5 straight double-doubles, would like to get to at least 20 or so. Or we'd like to see him get to 20 or so.
He would too, I'm sure.
2 free throws by Glover is good. 14 for Michael, 70-54. Iona leads by 16, trying for their 7th consecutive win, which would be a nice way to come into the Carrier Dome next Saturday night. Up in always snowy Syracuse.
About over 30 inches the last I heard in Syracuse in terms of white stuff.
I can't wait.
I bet you can.
Here's Silent deep in the corner. That'll be a great test for Iona. Pass deflected away. Loose ball. Machado bats it up ahead, intended for Dwight. Now the ball batted out of bounds just to the right of the Iona bench, and they're going to rule Iona ball.
Yeah, Mike Scott tried to make a punch ball out of it, and he just punched the ball out of bounds, so the Gales get it back.
Tyler Reynolds back in. And the kid from Finland, Matthias Silent, sits down with 7 points. And we're nearing the 6-minute mark. But this second half has not been an advertisement for Iona basketball. No. With a 22-point lead. Just a matter of playing out the clock, but it's not been entertaining. Smythe goes to Rashawn Dwight, spins. Now tries to feed back to Smythe. And another double dribble against Iona.
So the Gales, that's having a 1-4 offense. Trying to eat some time off the clock, commit their 12th turnover of the game. FDU with 18 turnovers.
Here's Dockery, top of the arc, 2-3 zone for Iona. Pelcher, the man in the middle. Dockery holds. Dockery dribbles along the right sideline. Reynolds deep along the right, fires in traffic. Stolen by Dwight. Up ahead to Smythe. Smythe will take it himself, and the layup, no good. Rebound, battle forward, out of bounds. Glover gets knocked down into the cheerleaders. And it's going to be FDU ball. 360 on the ball around the rim by Kyle Smythe, but it wouldn't fall in.
After a nice steal by Smythe, excellent job. DeLong helped out that time also by Dwight, both of them there.
FDU brings the ball up, 5:20 to go. As it is Dockery, back of the arc, now to Scott, the shooting guard. Dockery working on Machado. Dockery just dribbles outside. No urgency to FDU's game. They are down by 16, but we're about to hit the 5-minute mark. Here's Gibbs. They don't even think they could challenge here. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Dockery driving on Smythe down low. The bank no good. Glover picks up another rebound.
Boy, he can soar too. Can Mr. Glover elevate?
Here's Smythe up ahead. Rashawn Dwight shoveled past Pelcher. Couldn't finish. Tipped by Chris. No, but a foul on one of those 2 plays. And a nice unselfish play by Rashawn Dwight, feeding Pelcher, who will be to the line for 2.
The kind of ball movement we saw a lot of in the first half here when the Gales had 16 assists at halftime. Right now, at the second half, you look at their number, they've only picked up 4 assists in the second half. I wonder with 20.
Pelcher's free throw, good. Chris now with 10. Really developing. Kyle Smythe sits down.
Well, Pelcher's become more aggressive to the basket, too. Last year, he was just trying to fit in, play a little defense and rebound, but this year, he's looking for a shot.
Second free throw by Pelcher, rimmed in and out. 71-54, Michael Scott along the right sideline, and an offensive foul. I think it's Sverdlik, and if it is, he is done. That would be his 5th foul, an elbow. And Sverdlik, the player of the week in the Northeast Conference, sees his streak of 20 or more points end at 3 straight as he finishes with 12 points here this afternoon before fouling out with 4:39 left.
A really senseless foul by Sverdlik. Off the ball, no need to throw an elbow other than frustration.
Or am I wrong? It is 5. They have him still on the board at 4, but he just picked up 2 straight. Yeah. And to further prove that to me, John Galvin, the backup center, taking off his warm-up jersey, and he'll come in replacing Spurdlick.
And also Spurdlick is sitting down in frustration, so that's usually a good sign.
Well, it is a short bus trip home for them, as opposed to Niagara, Iona's last opponent, who got beaten here and then had to drive back to Buffalo. Hackensack is a quick trip. Here's Jenkins along the right. One fire to pass, and Pelcher able to score. A no-look pass by Jenkins to Pelcher.
Jenkins hardly had the ball in his hand, too. He caught it and got rid of it in a hurry to Pelcher.
And the lead back to 19, about to hit the 4-minute mark. Michael Scott between the circles. On the high post to Gibbs, turning on Pelcher. Gibbs will drive, spins, and then, well, attempt to steal by Rashawn Dwight. But he got some hand as well, so it's a foul against Rashawn, and that'll be 4 on him.
Yeah, obvious foul by Dwight as the Gales tried to double-team the post that time. But as we're getting very close to garbage time, as we say, 19-point lead by the Gales. They've never been threatened. Most of the day, the lead has been double digits. They led by 24 points in the first half and by 22 at halftime.
Free throw by Nate Gibbs, good. I like his game today. Only averaging 5 points a game, so it was just a snapshot, but he looks athletic, can shoot pretty well. 12 points, and one of the few FDU players that showed up. Second free throw, Gibbs, good, made them both.
It's also Gibbs, also good rebounder, only a junior, 6'6", 230 out of Dallas.
Now Gibbs will sit down. 73-56, Gales by 17, 4 minutes to go. As Scott Machado brings up for Iona. Machado between the circles. Pelcher is trying to set a screen. Instead they go to Dwight. Pass batted away, recovered by Glover. Glover in front of the Iona bench will dump it back to Machado. 15 on the shot clock. Machado now loop, high post, Glover. Glover cuts to his left, fires underneath to Pelcher. Then out to Jenkins. 3, good.
2 unselfish moves, both by Pelcher and Glover, and Jenkins benefits.
Third three-pointer. Now a steal by Glover, up ahead to Jenkins. Return to Glover, 1 dribble, a dunk, and a foul. There's Michael Glover's specialty.
That's why you like to see him also run the floor. He's a post player, but he is almost more dangerous running the floor offensively because once he gets the ball at the top of the foul line, takes it to the basket, he has been virtually unstoppable this year.
Our final media timeout, 3:24 to go, and Iona back with a 22-point lead. That was the margin at the half, so the Gales have regained that. We'll be back for the final segment of another Iona win after these words. ICGales.com.
Go like Iona goes. All Sports International in Yorktown Heights is more than just a travel agency. It's a full-service provider for all of your travel needs. Whether you are 1, 2, or a team, All Sports International agents are trained to negotiate the lowest airfares. But they do more than just that. Hotels, cars, vans, whatever you need, whether it's far in advance or at the last minute, All Sports International will get it done. You worry about yourself, they'll take care of the rest. Individual or group, business or pleasure, close or far away. The folks at All Sports International will do it all at the lowest possible cost to you. All Sports International in Yorktown Heights. Call 914-243-4590. All Sports International. They make sure the Gales get to all their road games.
Having a party? Well, smart shoppers know the name Shannon Beverages of New Rochelle. Shannon proudly carries the largest selection of domestic imported and craft brewed beer in Westchester. All your favorite brands of soda and ice, too. Stock up now. Our discount prices can't be beat. Party balls. And for your convenience, quarter kegs and half kegs are always available. Remember, for discount beer and soda, all the top brands, domestic and imported, Shannon Beverages, just a quarter mile south of Iona at 437 North Avenue in New Rochelle. Call 632-1115. That's 632-1115. Shannon Beverages.
So the Gales putting the ribbon on this one here in Heinz Center in New Rochelle. Iona's led all the way, building a 78-56 lead over FDU. And here at the end, looking more like the team that just dominated the first half. Iona was not all that scintillating here in the second half, but they have had a big lead, so you got to give them a little excuse for the second half play, Gary.
Free throw by Michael Glover is good, so he completes the three-point play and gives him 17 on the afternoon. And Iona leads 79-56, 3:15 to go as Scott into the forecourt. Scott open right angle 3 over Trinity Fields, who has just come in the game, and Scott makes good. So he's up to 10, but it is far from his best game this afternoon. And a quick timeout taken by Fairleigh Dickinson A.Y. Oyeni has come into the game, a freshman for the Knights who will fall to 3-5 on the year.
Yeah. Yeni is from Nigeria, a rebounder. Has good size at 6'9", but obviously is raw. He would have been out there earlier. Scott came in averaging 17 points a game. He was the focal point of the offense, even with the fact that Spurlock had gone off here lately and scored a lot of points. But the Gales did an excellent job shutting down Scott on the perimeter, really taking him out of his game, and that was another big factor in Iona building an early lead. Another factor, too, is that Terrence Greer, the point guard for FDU, and really their best ball handler by far, was out of this game with an ankle injury, and the Gales repeatedly exploited that deficiency.
Iona ball, Trinity Fields getting some playing time. Machado and Fields exchange passes in the backcourt. FDU setting up a trap. The Gales able to loop across the timeline to Glover, and now to Machado. Machado driving, blows by Oyeni, and off the glass and in. Scotty now with 13, and Iona above the 80 mark. 81-59, under 3 minutes to play. Scott along the right, guarded by Trinity Fields. Picked by Oyeni as Scott goes to Dockery in the corner. Portia hits a three. Marco Portia. And it's 81-61, 20-point lead. Machado up ahead. Trinity Fields goes alley-oop. Glover follows. 19 for Glover.
Oh, feed the big guy. Trinity Fields did that on the left side. Flipped the high arc to Glover. He put it in for the right side. Emphatic slammo.
Sean Amond about to check in as Portia whistle on the play. And foul called.
You know, Glover's long arms, Gary, are making a huge factor for that play, and also the fact when you're trapped in the backcourt, you throw a high-arching pass, Glover can go get it. Such an attribute, too. Even though he's 6'7", he's got arms of a 6'9" or 6'10" player in terms of length.
83-61. Sean Amond about to check in for the Gales. Or Sean already in the game. I think Machado's out of the game. He's standing on the sideline talking to Tim Kluse. No, they have 5 players, and Machado's not on the floor. Well, he's not on the bench either. Now the shot clock running down to 15. Here's Glover. Glover spins in the lane, beats his man off the glass, no good. Foul, and Michael Glover with a late burst here will make his numbers probably at least 20. He's got 2 free throws with 1:59 to go.
The reason why Machado was standing on the sideline, he was talking to Coach Tim Kluse, who was obviously giving him some instructions for the future. Something he saw on the floor, Kluse, that he wanted Machado to be aware of and to do differently, probably.
Glover on the line for a pair. Free throw, good. Now Randy DeZouvre will also get in for Iona.
How many for Glover? You're keeping the score?
20.
All right, there he is, close to his average.
And he's got 12 rebounds. So
not a bad day.
Mundane, 20, 21, 12. Glover's probably going to be pulled here. Let's see, the free throw on the way, in and out. Rebound by Oyeni, so Glover plays on. 84-61 Iona. Now underneath, Gavin turns it over. Trinity Fields, nice save, puts it behind his back and brings up for Iona, goes to Jenkins. Jenkins, cross-court, Sean Amon, picked by Pelcher. Now Pelcher is open. Pelcher drives too hard on the bank. Rebound taken off by FDU. Down that right side, Dockery. Dockery can't penetrate the lane. Feeds Oyeni, foul line jumper. Oyeni in and out. Jenkins gets the rebound for Iona. And the whistle. And I think Iona a travel call, but this is enough to get Randy DeZouvre in, replacing Michael Glover, who gets a hand from the crowd. Glover leaves 20 points and 12 rebounds.
Gary, he's the reigning national ECAC and MAC Player of the Week. He won the Oscar Robertson National Player of the Week, U.S. Basketball Writers Association Player of the Week, the Dick Vitale Player of the Week on ESPN.com, all last week for his sensational play.
And as Mia Harris pointed out the other day, the Gary Stanley Award as well, which is the most prestigious of all those awards.
No doubt, no doubt.
As I have, people all over the country informing me about all the other great performances, and I picked just at random Michael Glover.
That's probably the oldest also award, right? Most recognized and oldest.
Randy DeZouvre got fouled, and Randy on the line, and no good. Also, Alexander Kesic in the game, the freshman from Serbia, replacing Jenkins. So, Tim Kluse emptying his bench with 1:14 to go, and Iona leading by 23. make it 24 as Randy DeZouvre hits the second free throw. 85-61, nearing the 1 minute mark on the right side. Sam Fernley has checked in the game. He's a kid from England for FDU as we now hit the 1 minute mark. Here's Portia, can't drive on Fields. 2-3 zone, Iona. Now Iene, ball fake at the top of the lane, starts to drive the bank, no good. Tip up and in by John Galvin on the follow-up. 85-63, 50 seconds to go. Fields outside to Zuvre, cuts to his right. Randy throws it up with the right hand, and it bounced high and fell home.
Talk about a friendly roll.
87-63, 39 seconds to go, and that no doubt will be the final Iona basket of the afternoon. As FDU just throwing the ball around, Portia goes to Dockery. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Dockery on the left side. Can't advance on Fields. Goes in the corner. Portia, three. Good by Portia. He's got 10 points. And we're down to 20 seconds to go. And Iona leads by 21, 87-66. With 13 seconds to go, Fields just dribbling inside the midcourt line. FDU won't contest, and Iona won't advance. And the Iona Gales will head to Syracuse in the middle of a 7-game winning streak as they win this one this afternoon, 87-66 over FDU. Iona now 7-3 on the season, while Fairleigh Dickinson falls to 3-5.
And they continue the offensive onslaught. Going into today in the 6-game winning streak, they were averaging 84 points a game. They hang up 87 today, so again, hitting a little bit over the average, and that's tough to beat a team that's scoring, averaging in the mid-80s, and it's been done almost on a consistent basis. So when you're going to play this Gales team, the issue is if you can't stop their offense, you better score some points. And right now the Gales, with that really suffocating defense in the first half, setting up an awful lot of stuff that worked for them as they've jumped out to a 22-point lead in the first half and rolled a victory rather easily in this game. Deshaun Dwight is going to join us. Deshaun, when you play a game like that in the first half, everything's going right.
Yeah.
What's it like? Tell me the feeling. You smile a lot, right? I noticed that, right?
Yeah. When the game's going like that, it just feels good because everyone's having fun and no one's worried about anything, any mistakes or points. You're just trying to play as a team.
Why did things go so well in the first half? It starts on the defensive end, but talk about why this team was almost, well, perfect in the first half, this Iona team.
We shared the ball. We talked a lot on defense, and that's what was the main focus, just focusing on defense, and shots are falling.
This team has changed the way they played last year, obviously. Last year was more of a slow-moving offense. Yeah. How do you like this up-tempo off? I know the answer, but I wish they could see your face.
Oh,
Big
man.
grit. Tell me what it's like to play this kind of offense.
It's fun because everyone can get shots, and no one's being selfish, and it's fun to run up and down. Like when you're growing up as a kid, you love running up and down, so to be able to do that now, it's just fun and exciting.
Talking to Rashawn Dwight after the Gales easily defeat FDU here, 87-66. I've also noticed that what you're able to do is you are more assertive offensively now than you've been in the past. You're looking more for your shot, the crossover dribble. Are we seeing you expand your offensive game?
Yeah, I guess because coming off the bench, I have to be that spark. So when I get out there, I just try to make plays for the team and just also look for my shot as well.
Where else do you think you're a better player? You've always been an all-around basketball player who's been kind of unselfish when it came to shooting.
Yeah.
Where else have you improved your play?
Just the knowledge of the game. I feel I take my time now and I see the game better.
Rashawn Dwight, you're going to get a test coming up here. Next trip, Syracuse.
Yep.
What do you know about the Orange, and what do you think about that game?
It's going to be a tough challenge. I mean, I seen them play when they played Michigan State. They get after it. So we had to bring it this week. We had to have a good week of practice and just play our game.
It's called the acid test, the litmus